Good evening and welcome to Retro Raga Studio, Nizampet, Hyderabad. My name is Deepak Velicheti. I'm the son of Dr. V.S. Murthy, who is the owner and director of the Retro Raga Digital Audio Video Studio in Nizampet, Hyderabad. And today we are privileged to have Mr. Adiraju Uday Bhaskar Garu. Welcome to the show, sir. So, Mr. Adiraju Uday Bhaskar Garu already had an episode in the past with Sri Narayana DVVS Garu, and this is our second episode. And today also we are going to speak about the spirituality and his journey towards God and towards various perceptions in life. Before we go a lot in detail, I would like to quickly request Mr. Adiraju Uday Bhaskar to please speak a few words and introduce about himself. So what to you, sir?
Very good evening to Mr. Deepak and Dr. V.S. Murthy, who is the promoter and owner of this organization, Retro Ragas. Basically, my name is Adiraju Uday Bhaskar. I came from Rajahmundry, settled in Hyderabad. I have been trying since 20 to 30 years how to go ahead in a better way, useful for the society. So in that perspective, apart from doing professional service, I try to involve much with the women services. That is my brief.
Good to hear, sir. So, very few people think in those lines. So, the way you're talking is that you want to help the society and you want to help the mankind, right? So, your efforts or your perceptions, I don't think anyone would have. Very few people have encountered very few people with such mindset. So, salute to you, sir. Salute to you. So, before we go into some serious details and serious discussions, I would like to first ask, how do you spend your leisure time and free time? What do you exactly do when you have some time?
Basically, when everyone is in universe is having 24 hours a day, out of that 8 hours is a mandatory for a professional job or a consultancy or a career in any whatever choose it. Another 6 to 4 hours we'll spend for the regular day-to-day activities while going that. Apart from that, most of the time we have 4 to 5 hours as a leisure. But we always say there is no time. Time is always there. But how we make use of the time is in our hand, in our mindset, in our perception, in our belief system, in our understanding, in our passing the time. Once time and tide goes, it will never come back. So we have to utilize the time very judiciously, properly.
Wow, very well said, sir. I'm blown away with the way you have just explained how we can find that leisure time for ourselves. In these days, we also call it me time. So, Mr. Adiraju Garu is saying that we must always have time for ourselves and we must at least take 3 to 4 hours or 4 to 5 hours from a day to spend on ourselves or what we like to do. So, with that, I would like to ask you the next question. So, what are your hobbies and extracurricular activities, sir? Because I got to know from our previous discussions that he's a great chess champion and he's gone to so many competitions and shows internationally. So let's talk about your hobbies and curricular activities.
Basically, any person we need a hobby to get stress relief. Every day we are getting something for the commercialized activities to earn money for our belly. The hobbies will give you recreation, stress-free living, a stress booster. So you should have playing chess or going to cricket match or running or walking, whatever it may, or listening to music or singing songs. These things will enrich your mind, IQ levels, increase your brain capacity, IQ level in such a way that it will help you in your regular profession also, irrespective of the job or career or consultancy or any other job.
That's good to hear, sir, because I would like to say about myself a bit here in this aspect. So I was a DJ for 11 years. I have played at so many venues, so many parties, so many activities and events I've done. I've also emceed so many shows. I've been into photography, videography, professional video editing. And yeah, I made a lot of money as well in that. So yes, I totally agree with you. These activities help us in relieving our stress. And when I'm in the front of the DJ console, when I'm performing in front of my audience, I actually forget the entire world. I forget all my sorrows, all my problems. And probably I'm the happiest person on this planet at that time. So sir, as you said, I totally agree with you. Everyone must have a hobby. If you don't have, develop it today. You can start at any age. He is the best example. Age doesn't matter. So if you're watching this video, you have to have a hobby if you don't have currently anything. So start today, start writing, start posting content on YouTube or Instagram if you're into content creation. Start playing a game like chess or cricket or hockey or whatever you like. If you like to ride horse, start horse riding. you can sing, you can photography, you can learn photography, you can learn videography. There are so many things out there that you can do. So yes, sir, that's great to hear. And with that, I would like to now step into some serious topic and the agenda of today's meeting.
Yes.
I would like to hear from you about your perception towards spirituality. Like, what is spirituality according to you, sir?
Basically, people feel that spirituality is a very bad word. Because everybody say, let me earn up to 60 years. Then I'll have a leisure time. Then I'll think of God. I will think of spiritual ordinations. Either Brahma Kumari, Sach Sai Baba, Siridi Sai Baba, Shiva or Venkateswara Swami, XYZ or Buddha or Jesus Christ, like that. That should start from the primitive ages. The spirituality doesn't have any age. It starts with your curricular. If you are studying 8th class. Apart from your 8th class books, you should have a knowledge and devotion towards your own interest in God. The interest in God is a spirituality. The spirituality makes you such a way that you will have a balancing either sorrows or difficulties or situations, setbacks or conflicts or disturbances either in society, either with you, either in the family. The spirituality is a tagline to give a presence of mind, calm mind and peaceful journey.
That really makes a sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to me, because if you look at these days, a lot of kids are not actually taught spirituality. So probably some kids may be suffering from anxiety issues, or some kids might be going through some developmental changes, and they might be confused looking at adults, looking at kids, and sometimes they have confusion about how to balance things in life. So like you said, if we are able to develop that learning curve into the kids,
Yes.
at any age. You gave an example of an 8th standard student. I would rather speak about someone who's as young as 5 years or 6 years.
Yes.
We can actually start talking to them about the spirituality. We can showcase them some of our movies which talk about spirituality. There are lots of movies out there. There are also a lot of books which are available. And I would like to say that yes, it will definitely help a lot of kids in prioritizing, time management and strategic building. Because if you look at the previous wars or previous epics or previous mythological episodes, you would see a lot of strategies. Even wars like Mahabharata, Ramayana story, what happened in the past, they have got a lot of good strategies and a lot of lessons that we can learn, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good to hear, sir.
Yes.
So when you say spirituality, sir, I would like to understand whether you are relating that to God, or are you saying God is different and spirituality is different?
One and parcel of the spirituality is realizing God is inbuilt in your heart. Every human being is a avatar of God. But how we perceive with our eyes and mind, each individual choice. If you are in a problem, you confronted with this problem, you need some help. Without yourself knowing, somebody will come to you and help you. That is the magic of God, that is the magic of spirituality. Both are interlinked. One will say God, spirituality will say any kind of God who is having interest as a discipline, as a safeguard, as a shelter. So these two are interlinked. When you get interlinked with these two things, naturally you have a fear of God and you have a disciplined life and you trust someone which is beyond your comprehension.
Yes, sir. So here I have a couple of questions. The moment you said that God resides in us and every human being is an avatar of God, so can I say that I am also an avatar of God? Is that right to say?
Definitely, provided you have the qualities of taking the things easily, taking the thoughts easily, helping others, foregoing your own personal interests, interest of other. Let me not happy, let other fellow be happy. That kind of happiness, that kind of mercy, if you show, you will be called as God. But people cannot understand that you are also a God. But presence and your miracles may not be there as a God, but you are part and parcel of a God. How you realize? If you see Jesus Christ speeches, if you see different speeches, they will say all are children of God. So your avatar means you don't have the qualities of God in full and breadth. You have a qualities of showing mercy on others. That's how I feel. You have to inculcate that feeling. It won't come in all of a sudden.
Exactly. So this was the kind of clarity I needed, because when you said every human being is an avatar of God, it may go as a message that, okay, everyone here is a God. So yeah, so now that we know that there are some qualities that we need to have in order to believe that. Okay.
Exactly.
And you also said something about making others happy and taking interest in others' lives and trying to improve or help the mankind or society.
Yes.
So these thoughts are actually may not be in line with some of the modern thoughts with the modern new generation kids. For example, today we speak, when I say we, it's the new generation kids, Gen Z or Gen Alpha. They are more focusing on their self-happiness. And they are saying that their own happiness is the main priority. So when you see that a bunch of our kids are prioritizing their happiness, which they may be true. I mean, that perception is also right. It's all about perceptions, right? So how do you want to give a message, or what message would you want to give to those people who think that self-happiness is the priority and others' happiness is not the priority? So what message would you want to give?
Exactly. Certain things should be known, not to be taught. So the spirituality and goodness and well-being, if one person is not able to understand, not able to digest, not able to have a feeling that all others are equal, all are children of God, then it takes some more time. If he sees in his perception somebody who gets help unknowingly as a miracle, then he will show that some spiritual power, some vibrant power helping them. Naturally, situations and conflicts will make him understand that he should be sober, he should be merciful. That stage may not come immediately, it takes time, because age doesn't know the mistakes.
Well, yes, I totally understand that. But let me give you my perception, what I think and what I have experienced. So a lot of people actually talk about karma, right? So if you ask me, I would say that I believe in karma. So if I do good, something good will happen to me. And that good happening to me could be a miracle, could be magic. Okay. But yes, I totally relate with what you said, that miracle can be a result of my spirituality, which I may not know. So do you believe in karma?
Karma will have a multifaceted meanings. One of the meaning is don't harm others. Do good to others. Pray good to others. Think good of others. That thinking itself is a good karma, not the action oriented. First, initially, your mind should be like a pure milk.
Very well said, sir. But I have a question on that. Okay. So he just told us that we have to think good for others, not necessarily that we have to act good for others. But let's say I'm thinking good for others, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not acting, or I'm not doing any activity that does good. At the same time, I'm not doing harm to anyone. But is that correct? Is that good? I mean, is that correct? Is that the right thing to do?
Instead of doing bad to others, thinking of good is your positive side initially. If you are not doing thing, means maybe you are not able to do. Maybe circumstances may not be able to do, or your family members may not be supporting to do. First, to take care of yourself. So, because of your age, your decisions may not be actually yours. Your decisions are depend on your family matters and your education and your process and thought process, your inclination towards this. So, spirituality and karma is such a that you have to know basically when you are born, how your parents teach, how education teachers will teach. Naturally, if they teach good things, your mind perceives totally in your mind that kind of thoughts.
I get it now. So this is one more clarity which I got today by talking to you. So thank you so much for that. So now I understood that sometimes when a person is unable to help you or me, it doesn't mean that they do not want to help. It may just happen that they are unable to help because of some circumstances. That's a different perception. Yeah, that's good one. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. So I would like to next know the methods, or which way did you connect, or did you work with the spiritual organizations? Like, what made you work with them and how did you do that?
Basically, during professional life, when a person is a job or a consultant or a freelancer, what he will have 2, 3, 4 hours as a leisure time. If he attaches to the spirituality, if he attaches to some prayer, if he attaches to bhajan, the benefit of that is his body is pure, his health will be set right, he will have a good thoughts on others. Because all spiritual organizations more or less teach, help others, hurt never, love all, serve all. So if you have that feeling, naturally you don't try to harm others. Inter alia, it helps you, definitely. But results you will know when you get flourished or developed in life. But backbone is God is behind you.
Sir, yeah, I have a point here. So I and a lot of viewers may disagree with having 4 to 5 hours of leisure time every day, because if you look at today's IT job holder, any person working in IT industry or tech industry or finance industry is working 12 to 14 hours sometimes in a day. So they are exhausted. They don't have this kind of leisure time or the luxury or the privilege. So how do you want to explain, or how do you want to suggest them to make some time? What can they
Very
do?
good question. I agree with you. The IT sector is such a aligned sector where the 2 hours of going to office, 2 hours of going back to house, 4 hours strain on the roads by bike or a car or a aeroplane or a chartered plane, depending on the position of a CEO, is minimized, is reduced. He will have a pollution-free mindset. He will have a beautiful thoughts. He won't be worried that he's going late to the office. Of course, of late, all the IT companies are also calling for day-to-day jobs, but not weekly. So that kind of time, certainly bottom of the heart, everybody takes care of the family. That precious time of going where and coming back, that indirectly is a leisure time. If we agree or not, but inter alia, everybody saves that time.
Okay, so you're saying that people who are working from home will be able to find at least 1 or 2 hours per day.
Definitely.
So that's the time they can start utilizing that time. Okay, good sir, good to know that. So sir, in all your experience, I think you are 30 plus years experience, right? Working across different organizations, different industries. So in all of your experience, so what was the essence that you have found? What was the understanding of life?
Death is inevitable. Birth is given by parents. In between, birth is B, death is C. In between C, that C is you see with your eyes. That C is your choice. That C is your carefulness. That C is your care. That C is whole iota of life is C. C, B, D. Always be conjunctive. B is birth, death is unknown. In between what you, that only give 4 pillars as a legacy.
Okay, well said, sir. So, while all of that is true, I would like to understand how can a person like me or anybody who's watching this video can balance their life. I mean, if you can explain how to stay resilient and how to stay stoic and balance, things in life.
Yes. Basically, what happens is when one cannot find any problems, you don't need a God also. It's a recent proverb for God. As long as an individual is happiest in life, he'll never think of a headache, he'll never think of a doctor, he'll never think of a God. He's not wrong, he's right. If he faces a problem, he will see whether my zodiac signs are bad, whether my health is bad, or somebody putting backstocks behind this. These all will crop up once one had a problem.
Exactly.
Do you agree with my idea?
I agree with you. So
I was
whenever
given a substance of it.
yes. Whenever we have problems, that's when we try to remember God, or that's when we try to look at our horoscope and check if anything is wrong. Otherwise, when life is going good, we don't care. We don't really check. We just stay quiet and we don't contribute towards the spirituality or towards God. So that's very well said, sir. So probably to practice spirituality, it could be any God that you're following. Probably you are saying that we must periodically visit the worship place. It could be temples in our case, and or wherever you find spirituality, just go, do there, and be there, and be the part of the community.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good thought, sir. That's a good thought. And you've also spoken about how we can find the leisure time in spite of our busy schedules.
Yes.
So that also we have learned. So I would like to learn something else in today's interview. So I would like to talk to you about the relationships that are existing in today's world.
Yes,
in today's world, relationships are volatile. Some are, at least. Some relations are volatile, especially if you look at the extended families, or it could be friends, or it could be relatives, or it could be love between a boy and a girl. The relationships sometimes are very volatile, and probably they may not have meaning also, some relations.
Yes.
So tell me, sir, is there really a human touch in today's relationships? Or
Because if you say today, it is an abstract. It is yesterday, it is a lesson. So relationships are being advised by others, by elders today, which is not their mistake. The Yuga Dharma, the Kali Yuga is there here. So Dharma is getting diminished quite often. So we need to be told by somebody what is relation. Because earlier people know the relation, they are telling. But we forgot the relationship because human touch has become so zero. Rather than showing our touch of hand to the doctor, that sparsa, that nadi, if is having for each individual, that itself is a big human touch.
okay, sir. Okay. That's a good perception there. Yeah. Okay, sir. So today we have covered topics on spirituality, on your journey and connectivity with the spiritual organizations, and how you have established your connection with God and spirituality. So thank you so much, sir, for today's episode. And I would like to conclude by saying that we had a great chat, by the way.
Yes.
I enjoyed this chat. And thank you for listening to my perceptions as well.
Yes.
I know I was supposed to interview you, but I also had to speak, and then we had a lovely chat. So thank you so much, sir, for that. And I really look forward to the next one.
Yes.
So once again, sir, thank you so much.
Most welcome. It's very pleasure to be associated with you, and we have very good interaction.
Thank you so much, viewers, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye from Retro Raga Studio, Nizampet, Hyderabad.